Hello, welcome to the Climb to 1800. Today we are under 1650, which is annoying, so we are going to try to be getting it back. Also, after yesterday's game, I found out, doing some deeper analysis, that I was actually 100% accurate in my opening up to move 11 or something, which doesn't mean much if you lose the game, but I just thought I wanted to clarify that because I was talking a lot about how I was making mistakes in the opening, and I wasn't really. We get another Caro-Kann classical, which I love. You guys know, if you've been watching, that I absolutely adore playing against the classical because it gives me so much attacking, so many attacking chances. And we're just going to be playing moves pretty quickly in the beginning so that I don't lose on time. And from here on, I know the general motifs, the themes, but I also don't want to make any dumb mistakes. Okay, here I'm going to think. I know that the main move is probably bishop to d2, but I could also see a case for bishop d3. Which one? I don't want to get too caught up because it probably doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna play bishop d2 for the reason that I want to keep the e file open for a rook after I long castle. So that's going to be the reason that I play bishop to d2. And we are playing against somebody from Trinidad, and please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Tobago. I'm terrible at pronunciation of countries, so I really don't mean any offense if I mispronounce anything. And for once, we're playing against somebody who is lower rating than me, but not by too much. And I say for once, but the reason that is because I literally said it so that that's the case. Okay, so they instantly attack my b2 pawn. That kind of helped me, though, because I wanted to castle long anyway, so I'm not going to trip. I'm just going to play my game. However, I do have to keep in mind that the f2 pawn is slightly hanging if I do this, so a move well, I guess e5 wouldn't really work, because then that would leave a knight hanging and they wouldn't be able to take that. I don't want to give him a crazy big attack, though, with, bishop b3 ideas or something, although right now that wouldn't work. But I'm not going to trip. I'm just going to castle long because that is what I wanted to do anyway, and I don't think that he actually has any big attack. Although, oh wow, he castles long. I was not expecting that in all honesty. At all. Now, obviously, I wish that I had my bishop on e3 so that I could maybe push this pawn with tempo or something. I don't like the fact that my queen is unprotected when there are so many tactics to make it so that it is hanging. In fact, I don't like it so much so that I might actually play bishop to e3, admitting that I wasted a tempo. However, if I do play bishop e3, that does give him knight to g4, which is a little bit annoying. So maybe that's the reason that bishop e3 isn't a popular move. In fact, maybe I want to play knight to e4 to get rid of this knight first, so that when I play bishop e3, he doesn't have knight g4. In fact, that looks like a good move, and I think it's going to be what I end up playing right now. Yeah, let's play knight to e4 so that he doesn't have knight to g4. And he probably could play knight g4 right now still, but I'm not convinced it would be a strong move in this position. Because I can defend this pawn pretty easily, and then I can kick his knight out and trade on my own terms. Now, I do think that taking here for him would be a little bit inaccurate, because that would be kind of just validating my entire plan. But at the same time, as I did say just now, I don't think that knight g4 works. However, maybe I should calculate that a little bit deeper. Because it might work. I just don't feel like it does intuitively, but that isn't enough. Oh no, it doesn't work because now the f-pawn is protected. Okay, yeah, he does just capture. Yeah, but I was going to say that the f-pawn was actually protected. Okay, so now he just places his knight, winning tempo on my queen. Makes sense, but I'm not super intimidated by that. I don't want to go back to d3 because, as I said, that's on line with this rook, and that just seems like it's asking for trouble. But I also don't want to block in my dark squared bishop. So I'm thinking that I might Actually, I was going to play Queen E2, but then I was worried about Knight G4 again, but then I realized after Queen E2, Knight G4, I can actually trade knights again, and in that position, I think that I am better. So I think Queen E2 is probably the move, solidifying the threat of bishop to E3, the positional threat, not a real threat. And yeah, so let's just play it. We are down on time. Opponent seems to like making moves in about 10 seconds, which I'm fine with. Although I guess that actually isn't too super true because the opponent did spend 50 seconds on knight takes on E4. Okay, yeah, that move makes sense. Now he's connected all of his pieces. There is definitely a case for knight E5, and I think that I am going to play it because it does make defending the E7 pawn quite annoying, and if he takes, I have a super strong pawn, and I go there with tempo, making his knight drop back, and I can probably play F4. So let's not take any more time. Let's just play the move that I'm pretty darn sure is the right one right now. Because again, threatening a fork, threatening a lot of things actually. And I feel like I'm the one having fun in this position, which I always like to say. It's just a fun thing to say, right? Like, he's not having fun, I'm having fun. Although, I'm never too sure what that actually means. And my time management up to move 17 has been pretty decent. Okay, well, obviously we're going to take there. I'm not totally sure where he's... I suppose he's probably going to move his knight to E5. In fact, he has to. Anywhere else is probably really bad for him. Yeah, actually, I'm a little bit annoyed that I gave him knight E5. Which he does play, of course. But on the same token, is it actually that strong there, or is it kind of a paper tiger? It might be a paper tiger. It might be. Because I can always play C4 and disrupt it. After I play C4, where does it go? I don't really want to play C4 right now. And my pawns are dominating his, so I should start thinking about how I'm going to get to an endgame. At some point. For example, rook E1, bishop E3, takes, rook D8, king C2, or sorry, king C2. And I think that I'm better in that endgame just because my pawns are kind of much better than his. But I don't want to simplify too early either. I definitely don't want to simplify too early. I'm also looking at any ways that I can win the A7 pawn. For example, C4, knight B4. I might have bishop E3. Then where does his queen move? I guess there. But after that, I might have some tactics against his knight. But anyway, I'm not sure it's worth contemplating right now. Instead, it might be better to just place a strong move like G4, which is pretty much always going to be right. Or F4 is probably better. Oh, I have an idea. I can play Queen E1, forcing him to move. And then I can play C4, and then I'm threatening C4 and bishop A5. Is it hope chess? Maybe. However, I like the idea of just passing the ball back to him because I'm not totally sure what he's going to do. He might have... Because neither of us really have any super productive moves at the moment. So I'm just going to play this and pass the ball back to him. But the thing is, I'm passing it back with kind of interest because right now he has to not make a mistake. However, now that I've said that, I did just realize that after c4 and then say I don't know where the knight wants to jump. I guess b4 wouldn't work right now. So let's say, oh no, after c4 he can just go knight e7, knight c7. So I haven't actually achieved anything after bishop b5. Yeah, I kind of just wasted a move. That was a bad move. I should have played f4. Learning moment, yes, but not too happy that I just made such a useless move. Wasted a tempo and spent 2.5 minutes on it. And disconnected my rooks. Yeah, that was just a downright terrible move. But you live, you learn, right? Yeah. Yeah. And also it wouldn't have worked because after c4, even if he went back to like e7, he can actually, and then I pin his queen, he can actually just take this rook first. And I have to take back with the king, and I'm actually losing a pawn. So basically that line didn't work out in any of the possible continuations. Which is not really what you want to see when you're calculating, but whatever. Opponent is taking time now. Worth noting that it is a bishop versus knight imbalance, so I'm going to want to simplify faster than he will want to. And yeah, the more I'm looking at it, f4 was definitely the right move there. A bit disappointed that I didn't play it, but you can't turn back time. Okay, so he plays queen a6. The only obvious threat I'm seeing is that it attacks this pawn. I'm wondering if I have king c2, actually. And then after takes here. Do I have that? Do I? That's a good question. King c2 takes rook a1. His only move is queen to c4. Then it looks like I'm taking on a7. That actually looks pretty good for me. However, after king c2, we can also just give a check at a4. I can go back to b1, and then I haven't really lost or won anything. Gained or lost anything. King c2 looks pretty reasonable, actually. The only thing is, it's kind of useless if he just plays a4 check. And why would I actually make my king more vulnerable? You know what? That would be a big mistake. I'm just gonna play king b1, be happy. There's no reason for me to try to get fancy and hope that he makes a mistake. I need to be playing solid chess. Because even like in any endgame, really, why would I give him lines for his queen to attack my king? Like, there's no reason to be doing that. I need to stop playing hope chess and start playing positionally a lot more. Okay. I'm glad that I didn't play king c2. That would have been bad. Not super bad, but like a disappointing move to have made. For sure. And I think it's probably dead even right now. Maybe a tiny bit better for white, just because I'm kind of controlling his f and g pawns. Excuse me. Okay, so he wants to double up, basically, is what that move says. Not totally sure if that's going to work out for him, though. I'm not actually afraid of him to double up either. Do I have any... I probably have to play queen to g4. I really just have to... Sorry, actually, in a perfect world, I'd play queen e2 and trade the queens, but obviously that doesn't work right now. To be honest, I'm kind of at a loss for what to play right now. Because I can't let him stack up and then have moves like knight takes e3. That's an easy way to lose this game. Yeah, that's just a crazy, stupid way that I could lose. Yeah, let's play queen g4 with the idea of if he tries stacking, I can just offer a trade. No. Wait, after queen e4 stacks, do I have a way to actually stop him from getting too powerful of an attack on my bishop? I might just have to move my bishop right now. In fact, yeah, moving my bishop to e3 right now is probably correct. And then if he takes it and then trades, I think I'm happy there. Yeah, let's just do that right now. Because I really don't want to give his rook stack on this diagonal any more power than it has to have. The only thing is he doesn't actually have to take right now, and I think that and I think that taking right now would be a bit of a mistake for him. Maybe I try to get in rook d2, queen a, queen e2, and then after the queen trade, I still defend my bishop. But I'm really unsure right now. Okay, so he does just take. That makes my life pretty simple. It's going to pre-move recapturing with my rook because if he takes my rook, that's obviously the move I'm going to make. Actually, no pre-moves. Okay, he's kind of forcing my hand here. I think I have to take. Yeah, I don't really see any other move because the only other chance I have, I mean, obviously I can't give him this file. The only other move that I really have is like king c1, and then I lose a pawn anyway. So yeah, I have to trade. No questions about it. And I really don't want to let his rook get there. Oh, I'm actually really annoyed. I would love to try to trade rooks again right now, but obviously that would hang a piece. I also want to consider. Sorry, I'm very congested if you can tell still. A move like queen g3 to attack this pawn. However, I'm very scared in that position of him sacking that pawn to get checkmate. The big annoyance is that I have to defend this pawn. And oh my, yeah, this is actually annoying because he's gonna play rook to d5 if I'm not careful. In fact, I might even just want to play a3 so that I stop worrying about this pawn. And then I can play like king c1 and trade the rooks. Yeah, this is not easy. Because I really can't let him... Oh, he also wants to play this, I just realized. Now, am I afraid of that right now? Probably not. Because right now I can actually probably win his rook if he does that. So yeah, let's play a3. Oh. I was not expecting him to want to trade the rooks, to be honest. I was not expecting that at all. Okay, I'm going to force him off of this strong horizontal. Now he has to back up, and yeah, I was expecting that. Now I can either play rook e1 or f4. My gut is telling me that f4 is the stronger move. So let's play f4. Also, I don't want to run too low on time since I'm already lower than him. And, okay, well, I'm going to maybe even just force the rook trade. Well, why did I play that so fast, by the way? That was so dumb of me. I need to think more. But with symmetrical pawns, this might even be a drawn endgame. Whoa, he doesn't trade it. Interesting. So he wants a little bit of an imbalance, it would seem. I might take this opportunity to play g4. Yeah, let's take this opportunity to solidify my pawns. And I'm going to start playing slower right now because even though I have half the time that my opponent has, this is going to be an endgame where one of us definitely makes a mistake. I don't think that this is going to be a draw. So it's going to be all or nothing. But I feel like we both played this pretty solidly, like pretty no nonsense, a bit boring maybe even. And by the way, I should mention that I'm learning. I'm not going to be playing the Caro-Kann Classical much longer because I'm learning the advanced variation, which is objectively probably better. Or not even probably. I think it just is better. Although again, I actually do like the white position better, just because even though our pawns are identical, mine are much more advanced. But yeah, this could swing either way, definitely, for sure. I have a Chestercon notification. Somebody wants to be friends. Okay. Ooh, let's see. I'm playing against somebody who is... I don't think they're cheating or anything. Obviously, they're totally legitimate interested. Okay, not super highly rated in anything else, so... This is definitely just quantitatively based on the rating difference and stuff, a matchup that I probably should be favored in. So obviously I would not be super happy to lose this. But yeah, opponent is definitely spending some time now because this is a critical decision. Maybe even not critical, actually. Like, I'm just wondering, are they going to take my rook or not? And by the way, it took me so long to find like the combination of the piece design and sorry, I'm so stuffy just because I'm sick still. The piece design and board color that I like, but I think that I finally have landed on the proper one of each because I really like this piece design. If anybody's wondering, it's the pieces are called bases. The board is just green. I'm sure you can find that pretty easily, but I know that sometimes I wonder about that when I watch a chess stream or something. So why not just tell you guys? And you know, maybe since it's summer I should start editing my videos so that I edit out all the time in between opponent making a move if they take a long time. Comment if that would be a good idea because I'm not sure if it would be worth it, but if you guys would really like me to, I'll do it. I'm a pretty decent editor, so. And I think that it does a thing now where it like auto cuts the videos on where the audio like drops in level. So I could probably do it pretty easily. Just let me know if you guys would care or not. And then also, I mean, now I'm just talking not about chess because, I mean, it all depends on what my opponent does. Oh, okay. Interessante, as they say. Wait, I don't think that was a good move. Because... Wait. If I take here, then here... Okay, I don't think that I want to take yet. But if I take here with check, then he takes back with the pawn. Then I take... I think that then I walk my king over and I'm better. So let's see. If I take on f6 with check, and he takes back with a king, then I take here. He takes back this way. I play king up, and I should be better there. Just because he has a much worse pawn structure in that situation. If he takes back with the pawn, he also has an isolated pawn that I can take advantage of, and I still trade it off. But in that scenario, he does get a strong center. But then I also have a majority on the queen side. So I think that I do take this pawn. But still, if I take here first, then takes... takes. That might actually be better. But the same situation can arise either way, really. So I'm not sure it totally matters. I think that taking here is correct. So let's just do it. Now, I will be one happy camper, for sure, if he takes with the king. That would definitely be a bad move. No two questions about it in my head. That would be a bad move. But taking back with the pawn is so natural, I don't think that'll make that mistake. Although maybe I could be wrong and it could be better the other way. Also, I saw a comment on my last video from last night. It's like, Fambu, the position is dead lost for me. Actually, I'm totally winning. Actually, I just blundered away the game. Actually, it's a critical moment. Stockfish. The game is even. And it made me laugh just because that's so true. I kind of always say like the craziest things about the evaluation, but it's just totally dead even, which I thought was really funny. Because I mean it's just so true. I always do say that, and opponent seems to realize as well that this is a very important moment. Which way they take with? If I was black, I would take with the pawn for sure, but maybe it doesn't even matter as much as I'm making it sound like it does. Maybe it's fine either way, but something in my gut and I'm starting to see the more and more that I play so many games. Starting to see just like not pattern recognition necessarily because I haven't played enough, but I'm starting to get this gut feeling about positions that I've had in the past like these, and that's kind of guiding me through, but sometimes the guidance is just totally wrong. So it definitely works both ways. But if the opponent isn't careful, soon we'll have equal time. And I think that no matter what my opponent's next move is, my next move will be to take the rook. So I'm kind of putting them in a position where they have to make a lot of decisions. And I think that f6 was premature for my opponent. If I was black and it was this position, I would probably take the rook, trade rooks, and then just play for a draw. Because now I think that white has some winning chances with the pawn imbalance. I could be wrong. It could be one of those moments where Stockfish is like it's totally even, but I'm pretty sure that f6 was a mistake. But the glorious thing about chess in the modern age is I don't have to wonder that for too long. I will be able to check in, at the most, 11 minutes, or I guess 12 minutes, plus however much bonus time there is. Which, this might be a game where there is a lot of bonus time, because pawn endgames can be pretty drawn out. Not as drawn out as some other endgames, though, because, I mean, it's usually first mistake, last mistake type of thing. And I think that my opponent thinks that my king isn't super close to my pawns, which might be true, but but it's not true, because after he takes back with anything and then I trade, I play king d3 and I'm totally in time to defend anything over here. So that's what I'm thinking about. And now opponent doesn't even have a minute advantage on me. So they're definitely spending a long time here. I think that the time would have probably been better spent finding a different move than f6. But who knows, maybe I'm the fool. I mean, this all comes down to the fact that taking on f6 came with check, which I think helps me. And yeah, if I had to choose a side here, I'm choosing the white position any day of the week. However, to be honest, I'm not sure why they're thinking for this long, because, I mean, like, I'm not sure there's that much to think about. Maybe they didn't disconnect, because it says that they have full connection still. Excellent connection, in fact. So if they don't play a move by the time it reaches 4 minutes, I'll cut the video right here. But if you're still here, that means that they did make a move in the very near future, so that is something as well. Okay, I'm cutting the video no matter what now. Oh, no, never mind. They took. Okay, I was literally about to cut, but I guess that I didn't have to. Okay, let's keep our time advantage. I think that no matter what, I'm taking this rook. And yeah, I was literally about to cut the video no matter what, but I'm glad I don't have to. Okay. Wait a minute. Did I make a mistake? Maybe I should have thought more. No, I think that king d3 is pretty much automatic here. I don't think I have to think much for this move. I'm just worried about e5. That's all I'm worried about. Which I think is the move that he's probably going to play. Is that worrying? Yes, actually. It might be worrying. If my king was on d4, I would feel a lot better. Or I guess the proper grammar is if my king were on e4. By the way, useful to note that king d6 loses the game instantly to g5. Takes. Oops. And the reason I mentioned that is because he might want extra control over the e5 square. And now we have a time advantage, which is pretty rare for me. And I've been talking so much now that in combination with being sick, my throat is actually getting a little bit scratchy. So hopefully this game doesn't go on for too long because I want to save my voice for recording every day. And I should mention that I am now monetized, which is nice. So, I'm raking in that cash, the YouTube money. I'm kidding, obviously. I think I made like 31 cents yesterday, which I shouldn't scoff at, but it's just a bit funny. Yeah, he plays e5. I don't think I want to take, because after he takes back, it looks like he just has such a strong pawn center. I might consider king e3. Then if he takes, he's just fully losing, I think. But the problem is after king e3, he can just push this pawn. But then actually maybe I break. Yeah, it's actually really complicated. Oh gosh, yeah, this is really complicated. Yeah, if his king was one move away, I win. Unfortunately, that isn't the case. Wait a minute. If I take here, then I think that I'm going to take for one reason and one reason only, and that's because I'm threatening the trap g5 takes, and then I escape and win. Yeah, I think that I am going to take for that reason. Because, and I'm not trying to be trappy or anything, it's just that his king is pretty much stuck guarding this side of the board. But my king is also a bit trapped, if I'm being fair. Here takes here, he's in time to stop me, unfortunately. I think that b3 is the natural move, so I'm just going to play it. Again, any move with his king away from the king side loses. So he has to be very cautious about that. But I'm just so... if he starts walking his king over this way, I think that I'm also happy, because then I can maybe break in the center. But he also has very strong pawns of his own, which I cannot forget. However, in terms of whose king is more stuck, I think it's his, just because the h-pawn is more on the side of the board versus his pawns, which are in the middle, so my king can kind of keep an eye on them easier, I suppose. But it's really a toss-up. I'm not gonna lie. This might even be a draw after king e3, king, I don't know, e6, king f3 here, then back to e3. I don't know. But then again, my opponent is now almost 2 minutes under me, a minute and a half, I suppose. So this could also come down to a time mistake. And wow, my throat hurts so much right now from talking so much. It's the little things that you don't consider that end up playing big roles. Okay, he does bring his king over. Yeah. Here, he just pushes. Can't let that happen. I think that I have to play king e3. Wait a minute. Am I losing? King e3. g4. No. King e3 here. I come into f4. Then he gives me a check, and I can't come up. I have to go over here. Then he keeps on playing this. I have to run back. He takes here. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I am losing. Oh my gosh, my big mistake was probably b3. I shouldn't have done that. Oh no. Oh, okay, well I'm not gonna sob about it, but... Wait a minute. c4. Takes. No, then he gets there. Okay, I think my only move is king e3, but I think that I'm actually dead lost. Yeah, I'm dead lost after king g5, king f3, e4 check. Wow. Okay, well, hats off to my opponent for finding all this, I suppose. But that's annoying. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Oh, actually, it might not be fully over. But I think it is. If he doesn't play king g5, then it's still anybody's game. But I think that I'm losing. Yeah. It's at moments like this that I wish that I didn't have increment on. When I have a chance to win on time, but not really. Yeah, his pawns are perfectly defending mine. I definitely made a mistake somewhere along the line trading and giving him this super strong e-pawn. This e-pawn is going to be the death of me for sure. Yeah, he finds it, dang it. Here, e5. Seems unstoppable. Here, e5. I go g3. He just pushes. I go back. He pushes again. Takes. Yeah, it's over. Here, takes. Here. Well, I might as well just play the move, make him force him to play it, but it's over. Unfortunately, unfortunate. I need to study my endgames more. In fact, he could probably even play d4. But that move I'm not so sure about. Here. Oh, actually, I guess that is fine. Yeah, I'm just dead lost. Wow. Really unfortunate. There's nothing I can do. Here. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I don't see what... I'm kind of even just in Zugzwang. Play this, then he just pushes. Here, takes. Yeah, now I'm down on time too. Yeah, there's nothing left to do. I might even have to resign pretty soon. Okay, well, I might as well just go back to here to prolong it a little bit longer, prolong my suffering, I suppose. But this isn't really worth playing anymore. It's just fully dead lost for me. And this isn't one of those things where I say it's dead lost and then Stockfish says it's actually dead even. This is like actually dead lost. I made a big mistake somewhere in the recent history of this position when I was spending 0 time. And I don't know why I was doing that. I was up on time and I was just spending no time at all. He really doesn't even have to think about this. E5 is just fully winning for him. He's just fully. Although, that being said, maybe it isn't as over as I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is, but maybe it isn't. Like, you never actually know until it's on the board. He finds it, of course. If only his pawn was 1 square away. And I really have no moves. Here. No, I can't even play that. I mean, I'm in Zugzwang now, for sure. Even if he plays here, I lose. Yeah, I'm in Zugzwang. So funny. But you ask, and you receive. Oh, wait, no. That doesn't even work. I mean, this is over. He just pushes. If he doesn't push, he's stupid, but he's going to push. There's no reason he wouldn't push. Yeah. Damn it! So annoying. Oh, I forgot that I didn't come with check. Dang it. Resign. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm sure I was absolutely... Oh, I was never even winning. Wow. Opponent played with 95.5% accuracy. He wasn't cheating. He was just... Played a great game. I didn't even really make any... I made one mistake, and it was taking there. I should have brought my king over, and then it was equal. Wow. I mean, not much I can do if my opponent plays like freaking Magnus Carlsen. There isn't even anything to analyze, I think. Like, neither of us really made any mistakes until the end where I made one. Okay, yeah. As I said, Queen E1 was obviously just bad, but... Yeah, then C4. Okay. I should have tried to trade the queens. I suppose that makes sense. But, yeah, then just trading is fine. A3, I find. Then all this is just fully dead equal. All this is fine. All this. The mistake is that. And then he just literally never lets me forget that that was a mistake. I guess I should have fought for something like this, but... Even here, he just plays King G5, and I can't do anything. Oh, I guess that the point is that I try to not let him out here. but then I lose, but then I've run out of moves. Wow. There isn't even really anything to analyze. Like, what do I say? Like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have taken there. Like, that's the one thing I shouldn't have done. I should have just brought my king in. I was afraid of e5, but I don't know why I was afraid of e5, because then I just do this, and I'm winning here. I was afraid of a ghost, and I fell for the real danger. Very annoying. You know, I would play a second one today, but this video is already long enough, and my voice is tired, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Catch you tomorrow. But dang it, I've lost 3 games in a row now, and my rating is falling. I was 1660 before, now I'm almost 1630. Definitely hurts. If I fall below 1600, I will be so sad. Do I think that'll happen? Probably not, because I play 1500s and I usually just always beat them. So maybe this is just a moment of, hey, you know what? My opponent played a great game. Can't be mad about that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow. Hopefully I will get a win. Bye-bye.